FM and 1460 AM WMBA. Also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Hot coffee in the morning and Frank Sparks. Now you're in the fast lane. 99.3 FM, 1230 WBVP, and streaming live on beavercountyradio.com.
Tis 11:36. Tune 12:30, 1:30. No, I'll have your obits for you today, brought to you by Beaver Cemetery. And joining us now in studio is our good friend Steve Higgins. Good morning, Steve.
Good morning, Frank. Great to be here today.
Every time you're always come in, I always think of Magnum PI. You ever watch Magnum?
Yeah, because it had Higgins on there.
Do you know why? Do you remember what you used to call him? Higgy Baby.
Well, that's what the girls used to call me.
Yeah, that's they used. Now they don't no more, huh?
Now they call me old man.
Yeah. So, but yeah, lots going on at the Larry Bruno Foundation. But first thing I want to hit you on is you got. I see you acquired some new artifacts over the last few weeks. Some of Lauren Williams stuff.
Oh, we sure did.
Yeah.
We were very lucky to receive donations, and we did receive 3 Lauren Williams items, all
awesome.
3 autographed, and we are so happy because, Frank, our initial goal is to eventually grow to the whole county. We want to serve the whole county, and who wouldn't when you have a county with the sports tradition that we have? But we were thrilled to have those. We have one of the items on display already, and the other 2 will come soon. We picked up a Poe James piece this morning.
Sweet.
So we have a Poe James piece. So the county is starting to step up, okay, because with the Babe Pirelli, and we have some New Brighton stuff now.
You need some Terry Francona stuff in there.
Well, we have a picture of Terry, but yeah, we need a little more Terry stuff in there.
I think I might have a way of hooking you up. You know Dr. Brian Lambert?
I've heard of him.
Him and Terry are good friends. He's an eye doctor in New Brighton. I wonder if Brian could kind of hook you up a little bit. But maybe we'll have to connect you two.
That would be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though. I love it.
Yeah. So things are picking up, as far as that goes.
Was it not? I mean, when it comes to running, and track and women, it was Candy Young, Lauren Williams. Plain and simple. I mean, those are the 2 top ones of our area.
Right. Both Olympians.
Household names in Beaver County.
Definitely. And we have items from both. So we're very pleased.
All right. What else is going on?
Well, we're getting ready for our big party tomorrow.
Yeah.
And things, oh my God, things are still happening, or falling into our lap. We're going to have the giveaways. We're going to have the food and the refreshments, of course. And Frank, the big draw is the city of Beaver Falls. We're not going to try to entertain people. We're going to have a screen up in the museum with the draft information going on. But we want people to come see the town of Beaver Falls, Joe Namath's hometown. We want to show off our museum, which we think is very nice as far as a small town museum. We think it ranks right up there.
I agree.
And we want people to see it. Again, we're going to have giveaways. We're going to have the food and refreshments. Now, a lot of former NFL personalities have been invited. Who's going to show up, we do not know. But a lot of people have been invited. Just recently, we've been blessed. 2 artists have stepped forward and said that they want to be involved. One local, one national. Stephanie Johnson, a local artist from Beaver. She's very busy now working on the NFL draft in Pittsburgh with Mrs. Tomlin, Mike Tomlin's wife.
Okay.
And her production company, and she's working on the draft. That's going to be the second day of the draft. They're having a fashion show. So Stephanie Johnson is working on that. She's took the time out to pump out a couple items, especially for our event, which we are so happy. A jacket and some spikes that she made that
wow.
You just have to see them. They're unbelievable. So we're very pleased to have a local artist involved. And then we have Mike Sullivan, of course, a big Namath fan from Buffalo. And Mike was the former artist of the NFL. And he's in town for the draft, and he wants to be involved, so he's going to give us some prints that we could sell. And
Sweet.
So we're really happy with that addition. So, everything's going well. We think we got the word out pretty good. We're hoping that some of the people we invited, some of the VIP people, do show up. Now, it is an open house. It's from 12 to 8, so we don't know what time people will roll in and out. we made it long, Frank, for a specific reason, because we want people from out of town to come down. And we're thinking, hey, if they get in town like sometime during the day, Wednesday, they'll have time to come down in the evening and join us. So we're very excited about that. It's amazing what the town, with Beaver Falls, has jumped on board with this. Right across the street, Frank's Original Grill, they're having drink specials and food specials. Right down the street, Michael's Tavern, they're going to have a food truck there.
Okay.
Most of the merchants are going to be involved in some way. They're going to be outside, maybe with their stuff, or have their doors open, and they're going to be involved. And we're just thrilled that the whole town's kind of like, it's going to be a really good day, we're thinking, in
That's
BF.
cool.
We're hoping the weather holds out. It's supposed to rain early, but then be nice the rest of the day.
Good.
So, we're hoping that the weather holds out.
Now, has the NFL reached out to you or anything during this process?
Well,
being this is Joe Namath, and you guys have so much Joe Namath memorabilia.
we have advertised on most of the websites, like Visit Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh.com, NFL.com, things of that nature. But we only reached out to one team, and that was the Jets, because, of course, Joe Namath. And we kind of thought that they would, Frank, jump on board. I mean, here's the big draft for the NFL. Joe Namath's hometown's nearby.
Right.
We're welcoming Jet fans to come in. We want them to see. We think that they would be interested to see Joe's hometown. As famous as he is synonymous with Beaver Falls. I mean, how many athletes are synonymous with their hometown as much as Joe Namath?
Right.
None, I don't think.
Right, exactly. Well, that's as soon as you say Beaver Falls, where's that? Joe Namath.
Right,
Oh, okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, you think out-of-towners would be kind of interested to come see what Beaver Falls was like. So we were a little surprised we didn't hear back from them. We had some Steeler people helping us, giving us contact information for the Jets.
Right.
And we're thinking, this is a good contact, But I don't know. They didn't respond, Frank. I was a little surprised.
Yeah.
But we still love the Jets. They're still our second favorite team next to the Steelers. Ever since Joe, played there. And Joe Walton and Ty Law
Absolutely.
and Revis
Right.
and others that played. Linwood Alfred's son played for the Jets. Glenn Dennison, I don't want to forget him either, was a great Tiger player. So, yeah, we still love the Jets. So.
Nothing wrong with that.
No.
So what else is going on? Anything good?
Well, just, trying to the streetscape. Oh, my goodness. They got the sidewalks building over in Beaver Falls. They're beautiful.
Yeah,
beautiful.
it looks nice
So
all done up.
they did our block, and the people that come in, they're going to be pleased when they see how nice it looks out there. Nice bricks and new cement. So that's all looking good.
All right.
That's about it. We've been plugging on this. This event kind of got airdropped on us between our night at the races and our golf outing in May, which we're usually promoting right now. The board had to kind of stop and kind of jump on board with this. By the way, the board's been great. And, I would be remiss if I didn't mention our advisory board member, Kevin Hogue, who's been huge in planning this from the beginning. He's the one that helped prepare the grant that we received from the county, and Kevin has been a big part of the planning of this. So I want to give Kevin a shout out.
So where did the idea come from to have a draft day?
Well, it came from one of the merchants in Beaver Falls. Denise Donnelly called me, and this was, oh my goodness, this was in the middle of winter, maybe around Christmas time, and she says, "What are you doing for the draft in April?" I'm like, "Nothing." Why? You should do something. You're a sports museum. And I'm like, she's right.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my goodness, it didn't click, and I'm like, yeah, okay. So then I started thinking, what can we do, And we were kind of fishing around for some kind of party to have. And then Tom Rooney entered the picture.
Okay.
Tom Rooney.
Yep.
From one of
Tom
the
was just
Rooneys.
here yesterday.
Okay, and he's been great in Beaver Falls, helping us revitalize the whole city. And he says, "Hey, Steve," he came in the museum, by the way, he loved it, and he says, "Why don't you try to invite out-of-town fans in for the draft?" And I'm like, the light went off. I said, "That's it. That's what we'll do.
Okay.
So now we had a plan.
Right.
Okay. So then we decided, okay, where are we going to get the money for this? I don't think the board would be too happy because it's between two events. Well, we heard about the $250 grant for the tourism. We put in for it. And what was paramount with that grant, Frank, is they wanted to see communities united. Okay, so by bringing all these people together, we kind of qualified. We said, hey, so they jumped on board and supplied some grant money, and that's how it all happened.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, 724-774-1888, 843-1888. If you have any questions for Tom, and for Steve. I got Tom Young on the brain today. For Steve, and we'll be right back right after this here on Beaver County Radio.
Are you frustrated by high copays for your generic drugs? Stop overpaying and start saving. Discover Forward RX, your local cost-plus pharmacy in New Brighton. At Forward RX, we believe in transparency and affordability. No insurance middlemen, no inflated prices, just the true cost of your medication plus a simple fixed markup. Join the Forward RX family today and experience the difference. Check out our medication prices online at fwdrx.com or give us a call for a price quote. Forward RX. Come for the savings and stay for the service.
Scrap, scrap, scrap. They call him the scrapper. Scrap, scrap, scrap.
Hi, this is King Cool, Donnie Harris. But if you want to see something really cool, check out Scrappy Joe.
If Donnie says it's cool, you can bet it is. So stop by for the ultimate shopping experience. We are home to over 70 vendor booths with over 1 million distinctive products, all under one roof, making us one of the largest co-ops in northwestern Pennsylvania. We also purchase gold, silver, and coins. Please stop by and meet my partner and me, the famous Sue Downey. I want to invite you to take a scenic ride to Oil City. We are located at 4149 Route 257. See us on Facebook and Google. Everybody goes to Scrappy Joe's.
They call him the scrapper.
The NASCAR O'Reilly Auto Parts Series
Down to the line they come. Green flag is in the air.
returns to Talladega Superspeedway.
Jeb Burton to the inside of Alfredo. Contact is made. Alfredo saves it brilliantly between turns 1 and 2.
Hear from Ross Chastain as he joins the MRN crew from green to checkers. It's the Egg Pro 300.
It's hard to even put a title on what Tom Young at First Consultants in Beaver does. Calling him a financial planner or an insurance salesman or even a life coach still doesn't accurately describe the experience. That's because he brings dreams back to life or puts life back into retirement.
My job is to create in you the vision of the you that I think you can be, the place that I think you can get to. And you know what? I get frustrated because I see more greatness in people than they see in themselves. I see greater financial futures than they see in themselves. Most people don't believe they can get there.
Find out more by visiting firstconsultantsinc.com or engage in Tom Young's live simulcast presentation on the third Tuesday of each month beginning at 9:10 a.m. on Beaver County Radio and Facebook Live. All advisory services are offered through PL Wealth LLC. PL Wealth is a federally registered investment advisor. PL Wealth is in no way affiliated with First Consultants Inc., nor is First Consultants Inc. a registered investment advisor.
Tune in to Beaver County Radio or watch live on Facebook and YouTube this and every Thursday from 11 to 11:30 for the best of Beaver County, presented by St. Barnabas. For years now, the show has been dedicated to spotlighting the great things going on here in your neighborhood and the people that are making it happen. This Thursday, enjoy getting to know a neighbor who is creating excitement and having an impact here in Beaver County. The radio broadcast will also be replayed each Sunday from 11:30 to noon on Beaver County Radio. The Best of Beaver County is presented by St. Barnabas. It's your chance to encounter the best of Beaver County with host Frank Sparks this Thursday starting at 11. Previous The Best of Beaver County videos can be viewed on the WBVP-WMBA Facebook page. For more information, visit beavercountyradio.com.
When it comes to heating and air conditioning in Beaver County, you have lots of choices. But there's one name local homeowners have trusted for generations. This is Eric Nine from Homer Nine & Sons. For 4 generations, families across Beaver County and beyond have relied on Homer 9 for dependable comfort and honest service. With that kind of experience, it's easy to see why so many customers keep coming back again and again. Now is the perfect time to call before the summer heat arrives. For a limited time, get your AC tune-up for just $79. Homer 9 will clean your system, test it, inspect it, and make sure everything is running properly before the first hot day hits. And if you need a new system, you can choose from trusted brands like Lennox and more. Call 1-800-834-NINE or visit homer9.com. Homer 9 & Sons Heating and Cooling. Quality home comfort since 1943.
Put freedom in your future. Freedom United Federal Credit Union in Rochester.
One of the greatest honors a person can receive is to be gathered with their people at the time of their passing. Even biblical authors, when they wanted to explain what it meant to have lived a great, prosperous, and meaningful life, spoke of the individual as having lived a long time and being gathered with friends and relatives near as they closed out their twilight years. Being gathered together with loved ones is something that the J&J Spratt Funeral Home takes very seriously as well. The comfort both given and received cannot be underestimated. J&J Spratt Funeral Home also knows that the honor shown to a loved one at their time of need in this manner is still the right thing to do today. J&J Spratt Funeral Home has been gathering together with area families for 4 generations and looks forward to honoring future residents deserving of being gathered together with friends and family. Click jjsprattfh.com.
If you own a company or a small business, you might have considered advertising on radio. It's smart because radio is still the most far-reaching media outlet today. WBVP and WMBA can get you results. Get more information at beavercountyradio.com.
All right, we're back here on the driving in the fast lane. I'm thinking it's Thursday and it's the best Beaver County. I must say the best Beaver County, Steve. So, but it is the best Beaver County because it is the Larry Bruno Foundation. And we're talking about the draft party that the Larry Bruno Foundation is going to have going on tomorrow. Starts at 12 noon and it goes on until 8 p.m. tomorrow night. So you're going to be a tired boy after tomorrow.
It's going to be a long day, but it's going to be relaxing. It's going to be fun. All the hard work is already done. And again, our objective wasn't to entertain people and to be busy working like the whole thing. We're going to be relaxing with everyone else. Most of my duties will be making sure that, the food and everything is stocked, the food and the water. And we're having a drawing every hour. We're going to give Jim O'Brien books out, the Golden Arms.
Cool.
And then every other hour, we'll give a Namath throwback jersey. So a nice Jet Namath jersey. So that'll be the extent of it. We'll do a raffle every hour and just sit there and kind of keep up with the draft. And we're hoping that some of the former NFL guys that we invited will show up, and that'll add a little spice to the party. People can actually meet some,
right. Have anybody confirmed it all yet? That you all let out of the bag or anything?
Dwight Collins talked to him this morning.
Okay.
He's definitely coming.
All right.
Former Steeler Greg Best is definitely coming.
All right.
But we've reached out to, Danny Raines, John Scorpin, Walt Harris, the former Pitt coach, is in town.
Okay.
And he said he was definitely going to come, so we're thinking he will be there.
All right.
He coached Stanford as well. And actually, Nick Saban was actually invited. Skip Kluka is friends with him.
Mm-hmm.
And Skip let Nick know that we were going to be there. And Nick likes Beaver Falls and everything, so we're hoping he pops in. But, we're hoping some of those kind of guys show up through the day and add a little spice to the party. But we're basically come see Beaver Falls, come see our beautiful museum, and keep up on the draft. Like I said, the big screen will be there, and any developments going on, we'll be able to track it. So
we got about 3 or 4 minutes. So what's your thoughts here? I'm hearing rumors. How true it is, I don't know, but I'm hearing rumors that Aaron Rodgers is going to be who announces the Steelers draft pick, and he's going to announce whether he's going to be the whether he's going to be a Steeler again or not.
Is that right?
I heard that rumor. They were talking about it on ESPN the other day, and I saw it, and I was like, interesting. So
Well,
whether
he'll
it's true or
probably
not,
maybe say a remark like "I'll see you next year" or something like that. But maybe I don't see him like reading a statement that says
no. But supposedly
maybe
somehow he's supposed to let everybody know
some kind of gesture or something.
Yeah.
Wow, that's going to add a little excitement to
yield
everything.
to whoever, I yield to Will Hire. What I don't know.
Right.
So, or if it,
Well, who are you thinking they're going to go with the Steelers on their first pick?
They definitely need some more offensive and defensive line.
Frank, you know what? I am drifting that way myself.
Yeah.
When a new coach comes in, the first thing he wants to do is build a team from the inside out.
Right.
And I have no problem. As long as it's an offensive pick, I'll be happy. Yeah. The first two.
Well, right. Well, and there's a lot of studs in this draft too. That's the thing is, and that's one of the things with the NIL that a lot of times, because the big studs that are on the line end up being at your big name schools, the ones that are contenders, because they want to go somewhere where they're going to get exposure, they're going to be seen, and have a chance to win a national championship. So we've seen a lot of those big body, I call them wide body jets, is all around. So, there's just so much talent available.
And it seems to me, Frank, that a lot of the high picks this year are the skilled position players.
Yeah.
Where you see a lot of years where a lot of linemen are up there really high.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of quarterbacks, a lot of wide receivers, even running backs that are mentioned high first-round picks. And then the defensive guys are some of the edge guys, okay, and maybe the DBs. You're not hearing a whole lot about the D-line, the O-line. So what I'm thinking is there's going to be a primo offensive lineman sitting there for them. What, 21? Is that where they picked?
21. Yep.
21. And then their second pick, Frank, I would love to see them stay on the offensive side, go with a receiver or, even a running back. Somebody that's going to help them on the offensive side, that's going to take pressure off whoever's playing quarterback for them. And then, hey, with the third pick, you could still get a quality defensive lineman. So that's what I'm hoping they do, like O-line, receiver, D-line.
I had to look it up. I couldn't remember his name. I'd like to see them take that offensive tackle from Clemson, number 1 overall. I think he would be the dude to get that Blake Miller. So he's on their radar, so they say.
Yeah.
But,
And there's probably a heck of a chance that he will be there.
Yep. And the first one, they're saying the first pick that they're saying in the mock draft for the Steelers could be offensive guard Vega. I guess it's Ione from Penn State.
Oh,
I always say his name wrong.
Is that right?
Yeah. Yep.
So that kid, I don't know a lot about him.
Yeah. Well, he's another one. Like I told you, there's so many studs out there. But this might be the good place to steal a lineman. Somebody that you might not necessarily be able to get.
Now, if they would pick a D lineman with the first pick, my first reaction would be I'd be upset. Okay, my first reaction. But it depends who it is. Come on, Craig Hayward. Is it Craig Hayward? Yeah. He's getting, a couple more years left. They had that big pick last year on the line, but they need some help up there.
Yeah.
I would forgive them eventually for doing that, but, man, they just sooner or later, Frank, you got to load up on the offense.
Well, I heard rumors, too, that there's the possibility that because they're already paying T.J. Watt and what's the other guy's name? What's his name?
Herbert, yeah.
So they're already paying them too, and they're going to have to pony up more. So I've heard rumors about them shopping Highsmith and moving up in the draft. So whether that's true or not, or whether it happens, I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that happening.
Yeah. So
it sounds a little,
well, they're going to have to pay him too, and that's why they're saying.
Sounds
it's
a little
time to shop them.
Unlike the Steelers. Steelers usually don't make dynamic moves like that.
No, they don't trade up like that.
But now with a new coach, you never know. It could change.
Yep, exactly.
But historically, we didn't make moves like that. So.
All right. Well, once again, real quick, Steve, in the last minute or so we're a little bit over already, but in the last minute or so we have recap a little bit about what's happening tomorrow with the draft party.
I just want to welcome everybody's invited. The whole world's invited. Come to Beaver Falls, 12 to 8 p.m. We're going to have refreshments. We're going to have food. We're going to have free giveaways. We have top-of-the-line artwork available by a local artist and a national artist. everything. The whole town's going to be involved. There's going to be shopping specials up and down the street with food and drinks. We're not allowed to have beer at our place because of our grant, but the other places in town are open and they're ready to go. So we're looking forward to that. And, come down, and we're hoping the weather holds out. Come down and hang out with us, and we'll get ready for this big draft the next night. And, we're excited.
All right, buddy.
I don't know what else to say.
Yeah, I hear you. So, all right, buddy. We'll have to have you come in after draft so we can talk a little bit about what your thoughts were.
Yeah, I'd like to, because this is kind of a special draft for me, with the new coaching change, and the Steelers are kind of right at that impasse kind of. They really need something.
All right,
so
well, we'll have to see next week
important.
what your schedule is and get you in, and we'll talk about it.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right, cool. All right, coming up next, Jimmy Fela, Fox Across America, here on Beaver County Radio. Get over to the Larry Bruno Foundation tomorrow and celebrate. It's a great place. You'll love the museum, I assure you.
Well.